So Anderson Cooper was on the Stephen Colbert show the other night. He's a newsman. Anderson Cooper is the classic riches to riches story. He was born a struggling Vanderbilt who grew up on the mean streets of Fifth Avenue.
Oh.
From Yale, Anderson worked at CIA. Yeah. From Yale, he went to the CIA, which imparted valuable knowledge he still utilizes at CNN. If you tell the truth, they'll kill you. Anderson Cooper's rise at CNN was his unique ability of going to natural disasters in distant countries and standing out his hotel room in a form-fitting T-shirt looking concerned. Anderson has done pretty good for a descendant of the richest American in human history. Come on, Hank. Focus. These are jokes. All right, so why do I bring him up? Because he was on the thing. And you're going to listen to Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert, by the way, is doing a more frivolous, less important show. Now, he did so well at his great show that he got promoted to do a show with very little cultural impact. Unlike his previous show, which had tons of it. Am I wrong about that?
Yeah.
I'm wrong?
He did. No, you're not wrong. I'm just prejudiced because
What do you mean?
I don't like anybody who gets up and dances in a funny way and rubs elbows
With Henry Kissinger?
Henry fucking Kissinger.
That was great men have great flaws, and I'll give Stephen Colbert a pass on that one.
I won't because you know.
But his
what?
show was fantastic.
It's for money.
Come on.
I don't believe it.
All right. So anyway, here he is. And let's watch this interview and watch this question that Stephen
Get it
Colbert.
out.
Yep.
Okay, Donald Trump, his
Yeah.
campaign.
Yeah.
You had Kellyanne Conway, his new campaign manager, on last night.
Yeah.
Did you also interview Paul Manafort, I'm sure, right?
I did. I think one or two. Well, I think at least one.
So he was the previous campaign manager.
And then Corey Lewandowski was the manager before that.
Corey Lewandowski, who now
Right.
works at CNN.
CNN, right.
So
Which I love. They're still doing that thing where I'm higher than you. What is this? You're like a child. You have to sit lower. I'm sitting higher. You're sitting lower. That'd be like if I had a guest on here and I just put his chair down. How you doing? But since there's a desk in between them, I guess that's acceptable. That is crazy that they still do that. Anyway, so they're talking about the Trump campaign, and Stephen Colbert's asking him, like, hey, wait a minute. You guys are paying Corey Lewandowski, Trump's campaign manager, to come on your show and give his opinion. You're paying him for his opinion, but at the same time, he's being paid by Trump. Watch.
he works for you guys. Does he still get any money from the Trump people at the same time?
I believe I read he gets a continuing severance from the Trump.
So
He believes he read. First of all, I know it. You don't think so, Mr. Newsman? Not sure exactly what's happening underneath his frickin' nose? You're not really sure what's happening over at CNN? I believe I read. Where'd you read it? The back of an electric box on fucking Wilshire? Where did you read? What are you talking? I believe I read. You believe you read?
Just looking at Anderson Cooper right now as he's glaring at Colbert, it's like, where is this questioning going?
Yeah, oh yeah, he sees it. He knows what's happening because he knows what they're doing is 100% unethical. That's why. Okay, here we go.
y'all are paying him, and Trump is paying him, but he's on your show doing analysis for a man he still gets cash from.
Pretty much, yeah. I guess that's one way to look at it. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one way to look at it. You could look at it like that we're a complete corrupt organization, just shilling for money, and we do false equivalencies where we replace objectivity with neutrality, and now I'm richer than most of the people I report on. You can look at it like that. Or you can look at it like a reporter and say, yeah, this is unbelievably unethical. This has nothing to do with the search for the truth. This is all about selling stuff. That has nothing to do with the news. In fact, it's a disservice to our viewers, and it's really a mockery of the entire profession that we do this. You can look at it like that. Either way, you can look at it one or the other. Either I'm this guy, this guy who enjoys the money and rubbing shoulders with really important people, and I don't care that we commit unbelievably ethics violations of pay. You know, Fox News had hired Newt Gingrich to come on and give his opinion to give analysis. They're paying him to come on and give analysis. Fox News stopped that relationship when he was in consideration to be vice president for Donald Trump. You know why? Because there's a conflict of interest. Nobody can really trust what he's saying when he comes on because we know that he has a conflict. That if he tells us the truth about something, it probably will hurt his chances to be vice president. So we really can't trust what he's saying. CNN goes, who cares? Who cares if the people we bring on are liars? Who cares if they're being paid by the person that we want him to tell the truth about to not tell the truth? Who cares if he's being paid to give That's called propaganda. You're now paying someone to do propaganda. And to hear how Stephen Colbert put it, let's hear how he puts it.
And you still respect his opinion, too? Well, you know.
You better not ask any more questions like that, or Anderson won't want to come on his comedy show anymore.
And you right?
Yeah.
That's so there again. There's access to. Oh, wait a minute. So that's this. By the way, that's as tough as Stephen gets on him. He goes real easy the rest of the interview. That was it. That was it. And you still respect his opinion. And I'm sure a lot of people miss that. Right? Because if you make that point too loudly, Anderson Cooper won't come back on your show.
We have people from all the campaigns. I mean, we have like campaign surrogates for Hillary Clinton on. And
What is a surrogate, by the way? Is that person? I've heard that term a lot.
it's
what is
somebody
a
who
surrogate?
represents the campaign. They're often paid by the.
Yeah, well, surrogate, let me answer that question. A surrogate, CNN is a surrogate for an actual news organization. That's what a surrogate is. They're not an actual, they're kind of like, they speak for news, but they're not really news. CNN is paying Lewandowski $500,000 for his amazing rating-getting opinions.
Are you kidding me?
$500,000.
You mean the guy?
That's his punishment. By the way, Corey Lewandowski couldn't have been more of an anti-journalism guy, right? Anti-free press. Would revoke your press credentials if you ask tough questions. We did it. We talk. Couldn't be a more despicable guy when it comes to the press. And what does CNN go? Hey, here's some money.
He grabbed that woman.
Yeah.
He
He was charged with battery of a reporter. A bunch of people from Breitbart resigned over it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. Distasteful to reporters from Breitbart.
They're just giving the people what they want. Americans want Corey Lewandowski on their
You know what? I didn't
boxes.
used to watch CNN that much. Maybe I'll tune in every so often. I definitely no longer watch CNN because of Lewandowski.
Right.
And
Because of that.
I used to watch CNN all the time when it was still owned and run by, what's his face, the founder.
Ted Turner?
Ted Turner.
Back then, it was the only thing.
Right.
You know, when I was at The Daily Show, for which I received 2 awards for writing.
Gosh, no kidding.
Yeah. Anyway, when I was there, that was the thing that was constantly on the monitor because there wasn't
Anything else on.
Right.
Yeah, and it, from my memory, it actually had some journalism on there. You know.
Well, yeah, I agree. It was the only one. Yeah. Well, right now, though, Jim, CNN is so inexperienced at discerning the truth that they've outsourced their fact checking. No, seriously, they have outsourced their fact checking to factcheck.org. There's a video about we've done that story that they're announcing, hey, we're now hooking up with factcheck.org. They're going to check the facts. That's unbelievable. CNN, when news is happening, we bring you Trump's latest tweet.